Question 10a. Find the lowest common multiple of 12 and 20. Now technically the lowest common multiple, we could just start writing out the times tables of 12 and 20, but the way that I'm about to show will allow you to answer these questions with bigger numbers. So 12 can be broken down into 2 times 6. 2 is a prime number. 6 can be broken down into 2 times 3, both of which are prime numbers. We do the same with the number 20, breaking these down into prime factors. 5 is prime, 4 then becomes 2 times 2. 2 is prime. 12 is the same as 2 times 2 times 3, or 2 squared times 3. 20 is the same as 2 times 2 times 5, or 2 squared times 5. The reason why I write the 3 and the 5 separate is we're going to look at these in terms of columns. Our lowest common multiple is basically the product of what wins. The biggest 2, the biggest 3, and the biggest 5. So in terms of 2's, they're both the same size, so what wins out of those two is just 2 squared. As far as the 3's go, there is a single 3 here, which wins. I should highlight that here. And as far as the 5's go, there is a single 5 that wins there. So our lowest common multiple is going to be these numbers multiplied together. So we have a 2 squared times a 3 times a 5, which gives us 60. For part B, find the highest common factor of 24 and 56. We're going to go through a similar situation to start with in terms of breaking them down in their prime factors. So 4 times 6 is 24. We then get 2 times 2 for 4 and 2 times 3 for 6. Do the same for 56. Get 4 times 14. 4 becomes a 2 times 2. 14 becomes a 2 times 7. And if we write these out similarly to what we had above, we have 2 cubed times 3. And for 56, we have a 2 cubed times 7. The highest common factor is going to be the product of what loses. So we're looking for the smallest 2, the smallest 3, so on, so forth. So as far as the 2 cubes go, they're both the same again. So 2 cubed loses, it doesn't matter which one we pick, it loses. As far as the 3 goes, there are no 3's here, so that loses, and there are no 7's here, so that loses. So there's nothing to multiply on the end of that. 2 cubed is all we're going to get for the highest common factor, which is the biggest number that both of these can be divided by. So the highest common factor here is 8. It should be noted that you could also just list the factors, everything that 24 can be divided by, everything that 56 can be divided by, and look for the answer that's on both lists and as big as possible. But the larger these numbers get, the more that the likes of this strategy I've shown here will help you. But for that question, highest common factor is 8. Done.